statue here is a statue of Joan the Ark. Joan the Ark. Is that her name? Not Joan the Ark. This statue here is Joan of the Ark. It's made by a French artist. This is to celebrate the liberation of America and France as democracies. I guess that's what this is. I don't know. So this is a statue of Joan of the Ark. What the hell is her goddamn name? So this statue is a statue of Joan of the Ark. She led soldiers into battle, and this was her celebrating victory at battle. Spoiler alert: Spoiler alert: Joan of the Ark gets burned alive at the stake at the age of 19. So that's Joan of the Ark. So this is the Arrow Memorial for World War I. It's a celestial... Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, it's a spear with a globe. That's a tough one to say. But if you see up close, these are all constellations. And if you stood inside of it, it is said that these are all scientifically correct. The artists who made this spent a long time figuring out the proper aligning of the stars. And this is dedicated to all the veterans. Right here it says, this is dedicated to the aviators of Pennsylvania killed in action during World War I. They were the first pilots of war. So this is what that memorial is for. So this plane was built in the Budd manufacturing plant. It went on a tour of Europe and America. It actually flew over the Alps twice and did a round-trip flight to Italy and France. Completely made in Philadelphia. After its tour, the Budd company gave it to the Franklin Institute to put on display. And it was recently cleaned, and I think it was 2016, it was recently cleaned and polished. There it is, the Budd BB-1 Pioneer. And that is the Rocky statue, the movie prop from Rocky 3. There is another one of these statues. Sylvester Stallone owns it himself. It's in his house. There's the Italian stallion, Rocky on his tights, and it has the quote from the movie Rocky Balboa. It's not how hard you hit, it's about how hard you get hit and you get back up. Something like that. And there's literally no line for the Rocky statue. This, a lot of people at the Rocky statue. People say it's one of the most famous sculptures in the world, and if you look at this is something I did. If you look at his toes are clenched. His hand is somewhat tight. The leg muscles, his whole body is clenched in thought. He's supposed to be a working man. The thought that he's thinking is up to you. What is he thinking? He is not anatomically correct. They say if he stood up, he'd be about 12 feet tall. The man is so deep in thought. Who knows? And then if you go in here, this is the Rodin Museum. The original work of the thinker is all the way on that door there. It was a little tiny sculpture on the top of that doorway. That's where the original thinker came from. It was a little sculpture into a big sculpture. This isn't the original, of course. This is I don't know. Oh, all right. So Jules Massbaum. That's the school Frankfurt Ave. Jules Mastbaum was a movie theater mogul, and he was given this. So this is called Iroquois. It was made by Mark DeServio. And the way he makes these sculptures, I saw one of these sculptures in New York recently. He draws it by hand and then welds it himself. I didn't know this. If you stand here long enough and watch it, this part right here, it moves ever so slightly in the wind. It's a real windy day today. So, and he said the truest way to get a feel of his art is to walk in the middle of it and just look at it and feel its power. He doesn't, when he makes his sculptures, he doesn't use models to make sure, like, it could work architecturally. He just makes it by hand. It's a very interesting work of art.